So you've developed something called the Library Pi. What is it?
Library Pi is Raspberry Pi with a memory device that gives us information that would normally be found in an online library environment like Wikipedia and several other open educational resource sites that exist on the internet today. It's Raspberry Pi, which is open hardware, and it's got an SD card with all that information on it, and it's got a wireless hotspot through a wireless router that makes it available to anybody that's got an appropriate device with a web browser on it that can access the information that's sitting on the SD card. That's as simple as that.
32 gigabytes of library.
Effectively library is information resources that we would expect people to need in an educational context. Plus, obviously, in an entertainment context or a reading context, but it's important to know that with all these open educational resources that are available on the internet, traditionally, those resources are sitting now on a 32 gig.
So what kind of content?
Oh, Khan Academy, for example, documents like Where There Is No Doctor. There's the Wikipedia in its entirety from a scholastic point of view. There's Rachel is something obviously which Rachel is an open content site on the internet that you can harvest and put onto a device like a USB stick or to an SD card and make it available offline. So the whole idea is that where you don't have internet, you can have Rachel on a stick or on an SD card and share it as a web browser resource. There's been things like eGranary, WiderNet around for a while to go, which have bulky external hard drives that make the same sort of thing possible. But I think the beauty and strength of Rachel is that it's available in a resource environment that is very tight. It's compressed and it's available on something like a 32 gig card. If we package it, and we're hoping to be able to do that quite more effectively in the near future, we would be able to choose those bits and pieces that we think and we probably know are relevant to a particular community of learners and teachers and homes in a place like Namibia or Ghana or wherever it is.
And what's the cost of that?
Toto now, not including the solar power, which is an important added value, yes, is that this now as a device on the internet is $30 for the Model B Raspberry Pi. Add a 32 gig SD card class 10 and a wireless stub, and you're probably looking at around $50 for a device. Add the power, which is either conventional electricity or solar. It adds obviously a bit more to the price, but $50 for a device that serves as a comprehensive school library or a homework library for people at home is quite a significant difference to what you would conventionally be paying for a library in the real world.
Talk me through the Pico Power solution.
Pico Power is basically a power source, renewable, be it solar or wind or whatever, that is scaled down to the needs of a very small family unit. So Pico is small. We're looking at a device that, for example, for this to work effectively, a 10-watt solar panel, a little solar panel, a 12-volt battery that has access to 3,000 cycles. It's a small unit which has then LED lights at 12 volts plus a place to charge something like this with a USB port or your cell phone or mobile phone or other device that you would want to charge with it. But the whole thing draws no more than 500 milliamps at 5 volts. So the actual power supply, solar-wise, is very, very small and therefore by default very affordable compared to conventional electricity or the bigger scale renewables that we see.
So the solution costs?
In total now we're looking at a solution at around $150 for including the power. Completely off-grid solution.
And in terms of use, that allows people to power lights and
then charge their phones and devices, including this library. But the important thing is that it replaces this problem that we have where people now are using candles or paraffin lamps to create some sort of light in the home. And schools where there's absolutely no electricity or lights, there's absolutely nothing to do about providing information resources. But when you take this in combination with lights and a place to charge your mobile device, You're adding a whole bunch of security, communication, light to a situation which otherwise has nothing at all.